Hey there, Libra. Welcome back to Auspicious Tarot. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for this upcoming week. Let's see what thoughts are running through your head and who is around you. This is going to be a general reading. Let's find out what your overall energy is going to be for this week. For the next 7 days from you seeing this video. Here we go. Nice. So you're in this fiery energy, Knight of Wands. Feeling like you've got your mojo back, like you've got your groove back. You feel like things are going very well. Very happy with your life. This is a beautiful energy, Libra. What's going on Tuesday? Okie doke. So there's something. Six of Swords. Yeah, you're choosing to move on and balance some tough emotions from the past here with the Eight of Wands energy. Six of Swords, Four of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. So this is your overall energy for this week. Let's get some more information on this. What's the main challenge this week? Ending a past cycle. Tell me about this cycle. What did it have to do with? Love. This could be putting to rest old, beliefs about love that you were carrying. Beliefs about what love means to you. Who you are as a person. You feel like, man, that's another one that bites the dust. Another person that just didn't work out. But that's always for the best. Let's see. Why didn't things work out here? And what's the hidden energy behind that? Looks like someone's pride. Yeah. So, someone could have said something to you that was insulting and hurtful. Something that kind of came out of the blue. And that's what you're working on balancing out this week. Maintaining this sense of strict self-belief. Someone said something about you that had to do more with their insecurities than what was actually true about who you are. But you are an evolved Libra. You're someone who knows that. You're aware of that. It just hurts. It's because you wanted to give to somebody else. And it's like they said that to you and you were just like, ah, man. Gonna have to pause this situation. Gonna have to put a stop to this. Tell me about the Justice card. Clarify justice. Okay. Yeah, this had you up in your head. Aw, yeah. Aw. This is someone that you really wanted to give love to. But again, something that they said that was insulting as a result of their insecurities made you say, let's pump the brakes. We're going to have to stop. It's like what they said revealed everything that you needed to know. Aw, this is you. You're such a sweetheart. All of this Cups energy. Aw. But you know better than to force a situation. You learned that lesson in the past. You know better than to try to give love to someone who just doesn't deserve it. So It's like what they said left you so confused. Like this energy is this guy, you know, thinking, oh yeah, things are going great. I really like this person. Maybe I can love them. Maybe this will be right. And then they said something that made you go like, huh? Like what? So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happened there. Oh, you're such a romantic person. You're a sweetheart, and you really do take care. I feel like I'm talking to a man, a male Libra. You're someone who really loves and cherishes women for the people that they are. And now, unfortunately, yeah, there are some very, very, very nasty people out there, both men and women. But I get the sense that this is not the kind of woman that you were going to be able to like love in a way, because that's not exactly what they were looking for. I really feel like that this person was very transactional. And unfortunately, you know, after some painful things, yes, people can become more transactional. And their view of love can be that way, but they like really projected something onto you that was totally untrue, like totally untrue entirely, and was completely out of proportion for what they perceived as well. So I don't know what they said, but like I said, it had to do with this person's pride. Here at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. This is someone who was still looking at like their past. And it's tough because it's a very complicated conversation. The things that happen to women I'll just say that unfortunately, there are some very violent and terrible men out there who do horrific things to women. This is a woman who has not gotten to the place where she can differentiate past situations from who's in front of her. This is definitely someone that I feel like, and it's tough because this is not like a bad person. It's just you guys are not a good match. She's in a different place. And that is not to say, this is not a license for anybody to be on some misogynistic crap. Not at all. Because quite frankly, unfortunately, usually when women get hurt in love, there are, you know, obviously exceptions to this rule. But usually when women are hurt in love, in dating, it's extreme. Like extreme physical violence. I get the fact that this is something that this person really went through. And it messes up your brain chemistry, puts you in fight or flight mode, floods your body with so much cortisol. And unfortunately, this person definitely did come at you and enter the situation with you extremely defensive, feeling like you were just another vessel for the same type of violence that they experienced in the past. Now, again, this is not a license for misogyny. This is not a bad woman. This is a woman who has been like gravely hurt. Now, also, that doesn't mean that you need to jump in and fix it. Like, no, this is something that, and it's tough. It's a very nuanced conversation. It really is. This is a complicated one because I really get the feeling that this is like this woman went through something horrible, horrible, unspeakable. She's not broken. She's not bad. But she also did not enter the situation with you properly. And it did leave you a bit hurt. But that's just what's going on with this person. So if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, am I really a bad person? Am I like that? No. In this case, you're not. And also for any women who are watching this and who are relating to that kind of thing, I am not saying at all like, oh, if you've gone through XYZ, you should never date, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not broken. You're not bad. You're a human being who has been subjected to something, if you relate, very, very terrible, and it's extreme. And this is someone who is just choosing. They really choose to be alone. They really want to be alone. They feel safest alone. It's like she spends a lot of time. It's like she feels like she needs weapons in her bedroom. She needs a weapon in every room in her house. She's not crazy. She's a normal human being who has been brutalized in a very terrible way. I really get physical violence here. With that said, this person is just going through their healing phase, healing journey. It's tough because this is a conversation where, like, honestly, like, the things women go through are, when it comes to being hurt in love, tend to be very extreme, tend to be sometimes irreversible as far as their physical health, mental health, things like that. It takes a strong woman to want to be out, to even want to offer love again. Some might say that's not even smart to do in the first place, because this is getting into a different conversation I'm not really trying to have on this reading. So I'm going to just go ahead and kind of pause it there and just basically say this person is not a bad person, and neither are you. Please know that. You are both wonderful people, but just mismatched. With that said, no, she is not broken. She's not. She is working on fixing her, soul, though. What happened to her was soul shattering. Something where disassociation was required to survive this event. This is a strong, really beautiful person. Now, with this Hanged Man energy, this is a pause. This is a great person. She is a great person. And so are you. So it's up to you on if you want to maybe, this is someone you could be just friends with. She could just need companionship. An example that, no, not all men will do that to you. But there are a lot that will. And it's very difficult to find out who will and will not. See, the way women and men think about love and approach dating are incredibly different. Women are risking their lives entirely in the dating game. Whereas for men, to a certain extent, yes, but not really. Not really. You can defend yourself physically and whatnot, This person was attacked. Something happened where they were not able to get away. Like I said, required disassociation. This was, and it's a common thing, unfortunately. You know what I'm talking about. But this is really the energy I'm picking up, especially with this Two of Wands energy, the way that's what I'm really picking up for here. This is a person who likes to travel a lot. She could travel a lot for work. She just feels like as long as she's not physically attached somewhere, and that's part of her safety mechanism as well too. Her being able to travel for work is as long as I'm not in one place too long, he can't find me. And you're not the he that I'm talking about when I'm diving into her energy. There's someone who stalked her. There's a violent ex-boyfriend or ex-husband that did some evil things to her. And she travels for safety. And also because again, when someone goes through an incredibly traumatic event, especially if it's back to back, that kind of thing, you're trapped in a situation type thing, then it takes a lot of positive new memories and sensations to flatten out those neural pathways that trauma, PTSD etch into the brain. That's what she's dealing with. Now, how recent this was, I don't know. This could be something that was horrific that like I said, this is like an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband for sure, who was like a stalker. Like this woman, this is the energy of a woman in this particular card for Two of Wands that has been pursued against her will, has been in situations against her will, against her physical will. Three of Wands energy. Yeah, she travels a lot because she doesn't want to have a permanent address. She is very much so in this beautiful, beautiful Four of Wands energy. Yeah, and here, diving more into her energy and her experiences in life. This is someone who really gave so much love. Again, like I picked up earlier, she is a great person. She's a sweetheart. But also, Hierophant reversed. She's not going to go for the traditional I do, that kind of thing. That's too entrapping. That feels like entrapment to her. And in a lot of ways, she's correct. She went through Five of Wands with somebody. For sure. In this Chariot energy, someone could have tried to take her, like, force this to happen to her, and it didn't work. Like, this is someone who was really pursued her against her will. This negative Emperor energy. And we have the Hierophant here. But again, it gives Hierophant reverse energy. She is very much so like, I will never be tied to another person of the opposite sex again. And I mean, the card, like, obviously I put the card down, but just it's catching my eye that it came up Empress reversed. She does not ever want to be tied to someone who doesn't want her to live, to be happy. Someone disregarded her humanity in a really ugly, horrific way. So this is just, more on her story. I don't know if you knew this about her already, but this is Hangman energy and Justice. Now, at first I thought, and I wanted to dive more into this because it was like Justice and the Hangman. It felt like there was something more to this, and I'm glad that I read into that because, yeah, you would be a fantastic friend to her. This is not someone who's bad. Now, what she said, like, caught you off guard and hurt you, but it came from an extremely self-protective place. You felt insulted, but I don't think she was insulting, like, you necessarily. And as far as Justice as well, she could be currently filing for, what's it called? Like a restraining order, something like that. Like and I can tell you from my personal experience as well too, having been stalked by a previous ex-boyfriend, like, yeah, it gets you on guard like 24/7. You look at people incredibly differently. Was with this person for like 3.5 years and everything. Met his whole family. They loved me. I loved them. They loved my family, vice versa. He and I were like cut from the same cloth. And I'm only mentioning this kind of thing because, like, I had my guard down. I felt like I could trust this person, especially after, some years of being with them. And then, yeah, crazy stalker vibe. Like, stalked me at my old job and everything for like well over a month. Stalked me at my old apartment. All of that. I had to move away. Just to say, like, it's a very, I get that this woman went through something even more extreme with this previous person. Something to a similar degree, but also far more, like, she couldn't get away in time to prevent serious harm, if that makes sense. Not my situation. I got lucky. I honestly got lucky. I'm not going to go too much deeper into that, but I'm just going to say I got lucky. But yeah, it puts you on guard. You have protection with you at all times type of thing. Head on a swivel, always type of thing. So, I mean, I would say, like, yeah, this would be a good friendship, for sure. If you talk to this woman, then I really think that you're going to see more of that. She's definitely in a 9 of Wands energy, 7 of Wands. She's on Wands energy. She's on defending herself. Queen of Wands. She could be a fire sign. And she could have a little cat. Could be into candle magic herself. Also tarot, things like that, the esoteric. But yeah, she's in with this 4 of Pentacles energy. This Pentacles... in this energy, there is a negative fire sign that was after her. It could be fire sign on fire sign type thing. This could even be a family member, actually. This could be a family member as well. But yeah, I just get the energy that this person that she was with really... This could be a family member that you really want to take care of, but she's been through XYZ and she's like just defensive. She took a leap of faith towards someone she really cared about. You could have met this person and even approved, but then, yeah, it didn't work out. 10 of Pentacles energy, 9 of Pentacles. Such a sweetheart, a vibrant, vibrant sweetheart. But over time, things kind of devolved. The Pentacles are going down. You see? And then 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. And now she's back up at 4 of Pentacles. She's in a rebuilding phase. So for some of you, this is like, you know, like a lover. Some of you, this is a family member. A woman family member that you really love. Younger family member, fire sign, who is just closed off to a lot right now. Gotta pause right now. I don't know why. Just feel this overwhelming energy of like wanting to cry. This person could spend a lot of time alone. Yeah, they've been through some really horrible, ugly things. And you're trying to be that family member who shows her that no, not all men are brutal monsters, basically. But she is in this energy right now. She's rebuilding everything, including her beliefs about herself, life, love, everything. She's gone through a significant period of loss, too. And I see you at 7 of Cups. You're like trying to figure and seeing what the 7 of Cups energy is. Almost like this guy is crying. It's like the things... There are things that your family member went through that you didn't know about for a long time. But when you think about it, it makes you just break down and cry so bad. And this family member doesn't know that. Again, she's in a rebuilding period. She's trying to literally rebuild her soul. This could be a friend around you. You could also have female friends, women friends who have also gone through similar things as this family member too. Which is why you show up as this Knight of Cups. For women in general. And you're trying to figure out what you can do to continue to help. Yeah, because she is in this 8 of Cups energy. She spends a lot of time alone. I get heavy Pisces energy, so wherever that is in her chart potentially. A lot of water, a lot of emotion. You love this person a lot. But also, they're very closed off in this justice energy. She just has a sword up at all times. This could be something very private, but like her weapon of choice could be sharp things that she keeps around in every room of wherever she lives. just in case. Yeah, what happened to her was extremely brutal. Extremely. I mean, she survived. She's healthy physically and whatnot. But it's like she has gone through the same level of trauma that, you know, well, it causes PTSD. She's dealing with PTSD. Still very strong, smart, and capable, though. She's in this 9 of Cups energy. She is getting better. She is. But she is very much so in this 9 of Wands energy. Do you see this woman's face? Not toward you, specifically, but in general. She is not playing with anyone. But again, not toward you. She is just closed off in general. She feels safest alone. This family member or this friend. You could be dealing with friends who have gone through similar things as well too. She's in this 10 of Wands energy though. She is quite burdened. Yeah, a lot of wand energy. She carries a heavy burden within her soul and her body. But she is a fucking soldier. I will tell you that. She's fine, and she's going to be fine. But there's just a level of violence that she has suffered that has, you know, it's hardened her because she's protecting this energy, Page of Wands. She's protecting literally everything about her. At all costs. She's protecting her inner world. Like literally. So, all right. And it's like she feels like someone is still in pursuit of her. Stalking is a big trauma. It really is. And yeah, she's really gone through the ringer. She's survived miraculously. If you knew the full details of what she's gone through, it'd mess you up for like a long time, if not for the rest of your life. And she is still vibrant, loving. It's like, despite the weight put on her, she's Page of Wands energy. She is juggling these wands. It's like it's made her like a spiritual like weightlifter in a way, like a spiritual bodybuilder. Like the things she carries are unfortunately dark, deep things that most women on this planet have to carry. And usually alone. But also, she's bench pressing the ish. She's bench pressing it. She is strong AF. She's very strong. She's gonna be all right. She is. She is gonna be okay. And she is grateful for you. She does love you a lot. But she's determined to be unencumbered. If this is, again, like a female friend, lover type of thing, same energy. If this is a family member, you know, yeah, so, okay, wow, whoops. What else? Okay, what's the future outlook on all this? What's the future outlook on all of this energy? How are things going to go for Libra? How are things going to... Okay. Dang. Hold on. One moment. Okay. So this is really sweet energy. All right, I'm getting two things. For you, just know that every time she leaves the house, she has a weapon on her. Every time she leaves the house, she is in deep fear most of the time. That's why I'm seeing agoraphobia. She doesn't like to go out. If she does go out, even a few steps past her door, she's at the ready. It's like she is still stuck. She's not stuck, but unfortunately, when it comes to trauma and whatnot, there are two types of people. She's the kind of person who's still loving and all of this stuff, but she's not playing with anybody. She's not playing. Put it like that. Because she still sharply remembers being pursued by the Seven of Swords energy. Ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, attackers. And this is different from the traditional Eight of Swords card where it's self-imposed. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is just honestly just a card of trauma. Things that she cannot forget. She's not bound to these things, though. It's like she remembers these things because, okay, when it comes to the neural pathways and the neurology of trauma and whatnot, it's really there because it literally is your body's alarm system to keep you sharp, keep you trained. It's like, when you go to the military, you're trained for certain situations. You're trained to be able to handle certain combatant situations and whatnot. And you never forget that training. Especially things like, in military training, you get tased, all kinds of things like that. So your body remembers what these things feel like. So you're introduced to the impact of these events so that when you are actually in the field and it's not, I don't know, the sergeant or I don't know. I'm not in the military whatsoever. So please forgive me but when you're in the field and it's not somebody who's on your team and they're for real trying to take you out for real, you're ready your body can keep going. It's just training. So that's the way she chooses to look at it. Because unfortunately, yeah, she has memories and even nightmares, things that she cannot forget. But also it's made her very sharp. She's not cold. But the way that she analyzes situations is always going to be from a standpoint of, am I safe? I will do anything to be safe. Anything. So it's like that. It's like you're dealing with, the same level of someone who suffered, PTSD having been on the battlefield. But she had no training. She was just lucky to walk away. You see? So that's what she could be dealing with lately. It could be that she maybe didn't answer a call recently or something, and that's what she was dealing with. Unfortunately. It's not that she doesn't love you. She does. But also, yeah, here on the bottom of the deck, we've got, man. Well, gee, isn't this definitely just illustrating everything that I'm talking about? The Hermit. The Hermit. She still remembers the exact points of when her brain allowed her to dissociate. She remembers the exact moments where she could not disassociate. Her mind is just continuously putting her through this training. And she's trying to do her best to get out of that energy, you know, but also it's kind of good to have, especially with the strange climate that we've got now and the weird dating scene and how, you know, now you've got, you know, guys out there who are like, oh, so-and-so, like, oh, F these women and all, just ridiculous, disgusting things, you know, stupid. So and especially with social media and people seeing these things, she knows that she's still up against outside this door. Here with the Five of Pentacles, she knows she's up against this. She's not going to let this happen to her again. She is not going to let herself be in this situation where, you know, where she, if you're a woman, I'm not going to say anything, but you know what you know what I'm talking about. If you're a man, which I mean, as a Libra, you love this person, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is not going to end up like this again. She will put somebody in this situation before she ever goes back into that situation. So she's not really agoraphobic. She is literally protecting herself. The dating game and everything like that. Like if it's a family member who you feel like, wow, she hasn't gotten back out there again. It's like, no, it is different. Even a decade ago with dating and whatnot, it used to be very light and fun and stuff. I can even attest to this. You know, like dating used to be genuinely fun, great excursions. I've had beautiful, amazing dates and experiences with, you know, just friendly, platonic dating in the past. But now, ooh, you can't catch me out there whatsoever with anybody, even outside at Starbucks. You're not going to catch me out there. Hell no, not now. Not with the mentality of, unfortunately, a good number of men in this generation has been absolutely corroded in a very barbaric way. So she's aware of this. This family member is aware of this. And it's just different. Look, dating back in like 2014, 2010, 2015, you know, well, okay, I was not dating at 2010. I was not. I didn't start dating until like 2015 when I was like close to 20 years old, you know? But it used to be fun. It used to be like, there was this brevity, this lightness about it, you know? It was fun. And now that same generation of men, it's become deadly. It's become one of the biggest liability a woman can take on right now. The biggest. You can say and think and feel how you want. I don't care. But the mentality between the generations in the last like decade is so different. I'm like I'm a zillennial or whatever. Gen Z, on the cusp of Gen Z and like millennial. So like right there. Depends on what chart you read, whatever. But the mentality has changed so much. It went from this light thing to now there are these deeply vengeful, angry, chaotic guys out there. And so that's just what your family member is dealing with. That's what this friend is dealing with. Past trauma that she's gone through, plus now, especially with all of that evil manosphere crap and all of that stuff, she's basically just getting ready for war. She's mentally preparing for war. She knows that that the mentality is just changed. It's just changed. Yeah, there are, you know, hurtful women out there, for sure. Heartbreak is a terrible, difficult thing to go through. But she has been exposed to this mentality, seeing the new mentality of men now, especially having been stalked and pursued by her previous ex and whatnot, someone who, again, she really trusted, really loved, and then it devolved into her being the prey. So that's what she's going through lately. She's not going to be in that situation ever again. She's just not. Queen of Wands energy, fire. Yeah, and I'm getting Four of Pentacles again. Six of Wands, Queen of Cups. Yeah, she's just, yeah, Queen of Swords energy right here. Whoopsie. Okay, Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands, King of Swords. So I don't know, you guys could be mirroring each other. You both could be feeling the same way about dating. It's just she's gone through some like real extreme stuff. Not to say that what you've gone through wasn't painful too. It's just she has suffered life-threatening situations versus typical heartbreak. Life-threatening situations on top of heartbreak. You know? It's just very different for women. And I don't really have to even go into that. I can tell that I'm talking to somebody who understands that. Not the kind of person who's going to be in the comments like, oh my God, you girls always complain, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's like, is anyone like, threatening to R-word you to not being alive anymore? Or did she just, key your car? Trust me, a lot of women would prefer to have, gone through something like, oh man, he like keyed my car, or oh, he like, I don't know, he trashed my room. That sucks. Like, yeah, that sucks, but like, and it's not okay. That's not okay whatsoever. That's ridiculous. Like, press charges, please. But also, it's just a very different degree to somebody wanting to cause extreme torture up to the point of life extinguishment from someone you trusted. You know what I'm saying? It's very different for women. So she's like this. She's got her swords. So you guys are both kind of, you guys, just give her time. Yeah, because she's going through this. Nine of Swords. She could be having really violent nightmares lately. She could be, yeah, it's just with these crows represent the attacks she has gone through in life. She's also studying really hard for something too as well. She's very bright. But there's this energy of someone, I don't know if someone is still stalking her. There's something about her intuition telling her she needs to stay inside. And this is beyond just the trauma of being stalked. This is, okay, because I want to share a little bit of a personal anecdote, because this is kind of hitting home a little bit, because even when I will tell you, and I'll just keep this same energy, this negative Knight of Swords energy, this energy of pursuit, one of those black crows, one of the people that really hurt her. I will admit, when I was going through a situation like that with the person that I was with, like, I had a really bad feeling in my gut. Even after, he moved out and I had, made him get his things and leave, because I had to, for safety reasons. I had to. Afterward, for a while, I just had this sickening feeling in my gut. It was so bad that, like, my feeling was stay inside. Do not leave. Do not be caught outside when it's not completely in the broad daylight, with at least one or two neighbors that you know kind of roaming around. Like, take out your trash when you know that same neighbor that you have some camaraderie with is outside too. Like, I just had this weird feeling and I could not place it. I couldn't place it, but just everything in my like core told me after that, after he needed to leave and I made him leave, something told me stay inside, do not go outside. And then come to find out, he, like maybe about a month and a half later, he's emailing me and everything, because I had blocked him and everything, on everything. I don't even do social media like that, but I blocked him. And then come to find out, he had emailed me and literally said, in this just long, long series of paragraphs saying how he misses me, he loves me, blah, blah, blah. He's so sorry, the typical crap. I've been waiting for you in the parking garage at the place I used to work. I've been waiting for you there every day. I've been like, trying to catch you at the same time. I know you usually get off at this time, and I've been trying to wait for you so I could talk to you. I've been like, I've been like driving by your place and by our old apartment, which it was my apartment. It was in my name. So, I mean, just whatever. I was young and too trusting. And at that point, some people could call that dumb, but I loved him. I was with him for several years. So anyway, and he was like, and he told me how, he was waiting at the same public store that was like right across the street from where I used to live. He would go there if he couldn't find me after work. Like, he would wait there for like in the garage for about like 30 or so minutes, and then he couldn't find me, so then he would go over to the Publix. He couldn't find me there, so then he would go to the apartment and try to catch me going upstairs or something. And he did this for like well over a month, and he told me this all in email. And when I read it, my blood ran cold AF, like cold. I thought I had ice in my veins. My blood pressure dropped like crazy. I was like at home by the time I read this and everything, because literally everything in my gut told me, stay inside. Don't be outside unless it's the daytime. And again, unless there's a neighbor that knows you, that's like roaming around or like doing a little something. You know what I mean? Everything told me don't be out there in the evening. And then my gut feeling for the longest time, because I was getting groceries and I was just like, I was not out there doing my normal routine, like shopping and everything like that. I was sequestered away at the top floor of that old apartment that I used to live in the other town that I used to live in, like hours and hours away and stuff. All of that. Everything in me told me, don't be going outside. I couldn't place why. And then that email came through, and and at one point he had even confessed that he was trying to figure out ways to, because at the old place I had a balcony. And he was saying that he was thinking of ways to like get a ladder and climb up. Just saying it just saying it literally. So this is basically what this person is going through. This is what this family member is like going through. And that's why she doesn't go outside. I can relate very personally to that. And anyone who has been stalked, you relate to this, you understand. So that's what's been going on. She's been trying to go through all of that. This is 19 swords. Something could have happened at 19 when she was 19 years old as well. And it's like the memory of these, events has basically, it hasn't ruined her, it hasn't destroyed her, it hasn't broken her at all. It just ripped her eyes wide open, and she doesn't play with anybody. Like, she's gonna be that old lady who's got the, the long thing, and she's sitting on the porch, like, I wish you would. Like, that's who she's gonna end up being. And usually that's like the sweetest person in the whole damn neighborhood, you know what I mean? But that's who she is. She's not sequestered. She feels safest by herself. She feels safest by herself. What she's gone through has just hardened her. She was naive at one point. She was very trusting and loving. She's still very loving, but her sense of trust now, she's just seen the ugliest side of humanity. And so that's what's going on. And she still feels like she's being pursued too. This person, I feel like, all right, so for some of you, if you went through something similar, if you're going through something similar now, and I'm talking to like ladies right now, Maybe a lady Libra who can, you know, resonate with some of this. You could still have somebody in pursuit of you. That same person could still be like obsessively angry that you got away. So I will say, as far as advice, if you feel like you should be, you know, accounted for at all times in one place type thing, listen to it. Listen to it, because you're right. You're right. Don't gaslight yourself on your intuition and on that gut feeling. You are correct about it. Cause yeah, this Knight of Swords energy, this guy with the crossbow, it's like he can't get to you anymore, but he's still hovering. It's like he's still trying to figure out a way. Yeah, this guy's obsessed. There is a dark obsession. Someone is darkly obsessed with you. So if you need a confirmation of that, if you've been feeling like, you know, don't gaslight yourself. Don't listen to the lover girls on this ish, okay? When it comes to obsessive past lovers and things like that. Especially if they've already shown you that they have the propensity to stalk you. Sometimes these people stalk over a lifetime. Not to scare you. It's just, you are correct. This person is just deeply fixated on you. They see you as the Empress. They hate the thought of you potentially moving on to someone else, carrying somebody else's kid, because they couldn't, you know, trap you and knock you up that way. It's like they're very confused. They have a messed up, because, okay, I'm shuffling through, and the Empress So the Empress, Seven of Swords, and Ten of Cups. This person has a messed up version of love. It's like they're twisted. I don't know. There's something really wrong with this person. There's something really wrong with them. They hate that you leaving and you getting away is like, they feel punished by you leaving. So it's like they want to punish you back again, even more. It's, this person is messed up. Something is wrong with their brain. Something is wrong with them. They're deeply burdened. They're obsessed with you. I don't want to say they love you. They think they love you, but it's not. It's like love you to death type of energy. There's something hidden here with the moon. Damn, it could be a Leo. Could be a Leo. Like I said earlier, fire sign on fire sign as far as this family member. So Libra, if you feel like, you know, it's a good thing to keep, to like come around and visit this person. You are a very scary person, by the way, to your family member or woman friends, ex-lover. And it does feel like this person has been like low-key hovering around this person, but she doesn't know it. She feels something. She feels something's off and wrong. So yeah, if you feel like, you know, dropping by where she lives and stuff, do that. You're a very physically imposing person. If I'm talking to a male Libra, a man, you're definitely tall. You're very brawny. Like, you could snap this dude in a second. And he knows that too. He knows that too. There's some element of, I don't know, you could be somebody's uncle or somebody. Uncle or father or brother or cousin type of thing. And this is a Leo male who's been trying to hide that this person is still stalking your loved one. Yeah. They are deeply obsessed with this Aries energy. This Leo is obsessed with this Aries energy. He feels some sort of sense of ownership over her. And I don't see all these burden cards and all this stuff behind this energy. He wants to burden her with his obsession with her. So yeah, that's what's been going on. Her intuition has been yelling at her about something. Her intuition has been firing off on her. Firing off. She's still, and the thing is, she's a deeply in tune person. She knows the difference between her intuition and when her body is just simply in fight or flight mode and simply is, you know, going through a PTSD episode. She's well versed in it. She's very intelligent. She knows the difference. She knows how to mitigate that. She knows how to handle it. She's very healthy. She's a deeply mentally and physically, spiritually healthy person. She is. So her intuition's been telling her still. It's like he knows where she lives, the new place that she lives. There's something about this. Yeah.